the idea is that by the time from primary school they come to high school, he is a programmer. And in the future, in order to face the future challenge of the fourth industrial revolution, the language will be of programming. So these are the steps which we are taking. But I think this is one area where there is a huge, huge opportunity for all of you to invest. So then on climate change, on green investment, our garment factories are really, we have the largest number of green factories in the world, and the most green factory, the ` green factory in the world is also located in Bangladesh. I'll quickly go through, you've already heard these quotes from UBS, JP Morgan, that internationally they have recognized that we are going forward. Thank you. I think that is end my speech. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu.
Hello. Thank you very much, Honorable Advisor Salman F. Rahman, his keynote speaking. And Mr. Salman F. Rahman, he was a businessman, and he was a former president of FBCCI. So he knows the real position of the business. So thank you very much. Now we have with us the panelist. We have a panelist with, and also we have with us our chief guest, Mr. Tipu Munshi, MP, Commerce Minister, and guest of honor, Mr. Shahriar Alam, MP, State Minister of Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And also we have, she will join with us, Anne Marie Talian, MP, State Minister of the Indo-Pacific, UK. She will join with us very soon. So keynote speaker, the panelist we have with us, Mr. A.K. Azad, Managing Director, Hamim Group, former President of BCCI, and also with us the Kiak Seng, Chairman Young One Corporation. Also he has a, and also the President of International Textile Manufacturers Federation, Switzerland, 2018 to 2020, and Honorary Chairman of the Korean Federation of Textile Industries. And we have with us Mr. Takashi Maya, Regional CEO, Marubeni Asian Private Limited, and Mr. Zong Wan Kim, DG Kotra, and Miss Rosie Glazbrook, CEO of CWEIC UK. So, ladies and gentlemen, and now I like to invite Mr. A.K. Azad, Managing Director, Hamim Group, for saying his remarks.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Your time is 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President Josimuddin, for organizing a very big international conference. And as ex-president, I congratulate Mr. Salman F. Rahman also for giving this his support. Really, we are proud of you for organizing what we could not make our time. However, our chief guest, Honorable Commerce Minister, Mr. Tipu Munshi, Mr. Salman F. Rahman, Mr. Shahriar Alam, State Minister of Foreign Affairs, and other distinguished guests, mainly Mr. Kihak Sung, Chairman Yongon, Mr. Masumi Kakiwani, CEO Marubeni, Jong Wan Kim, DG Kortwa, and Rosie, CEO CWUK, UK, and other guests. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to you all. My time is only 5 minutes, and I will try to finish within my time. First thing, I welcome you all and congratulate to you all for spending 3 days here. But these 3 days, I will give you, I will highlight through Mr. Salman F. Rahman what he explained from their couple of points. Then you can understand your visit is effective or not. Mr. Salman F. Rahman, nicely, he has given his presentation, but
Azad
he
bhai,
could not emphasize.
Hold on, please. With us, the NA Mary Television MP, State Minister of Indo-Pacific, UK. Thank you, madam. Thank you for joining with us. Please start. Azad bhai, you can proceed.
Okay. Now, my question is you to all, why you will invest in Bangladesh? You have neighboring countries, you have your own countries, but why you will come to Bangladesh? Mr. Salman Rahman, in his presentation, page number 13, strong cost competitiveness among peers. Here he has shown, he has given a comparison with Karachi, Mumbai, New Delhi, Hanoi, Bangkok, Manila, Kuala Lumpur, Beijing, and Dhaka. Here he has shown 47 to 84% savings in workers in Bangladesh compared to these neighboring countries. 1% to 69% savings in manager salary. And 6% to 89% savings in water cost. 10% to 55% savings in electricity cost compared to the neighboring country. Beside that, 30 to 35 million people every year is coming to the job market. 35 lakh people coming every year job market. 10 lakh people is going to abroad. And 20 lakh people, 2 million people every year, private sector we are employing. And you see the competitiveness of our workers. Now, our Honorable Prime Minister, he has allocated 100 special economic zone. Among them, 10 already completed their work. I myself also taken 100 acre of land in Bangabandhu Special Economic Zone. Lot of buildings are coming up still, and that will be the on-stop service. If I apply for land, I will get I will ensure gas, I will get all these permission from one table. There is the huge opportunity, and I will request, what is absent, I will request Mr. Tipu Munshi and Mr. Salman Rahman, if we have the container port there, then easily we can send it to our Matarbari project, where its deep sea port is coming up. If this couple of things we can happen, definitely we can achieve our $100 billion investment. Which area you will invest? Just this is my last suggestion. Say garments, our total export is $52 billion. Among them, ready-made garments is $47 billion. Among them, my friend, Kaiseng Yangon, he is around $101.5 billion, he himself. He is our Bangladeshi citizen, we treat him as Bangladeshi citizen. And what he export? Non-traditional item. Now, our customer is looking for man-made fiber and recycle. If this couple area we can invest, what we are 47 billion exporting, 50% we are repatriating. what's the raw material cost we are paying to the neighboring countries. We no need to pay the further. It will come to reduce substantially if we can increase this artificial.
5 minutes gone.
This area, I think FBCCI will continue this type of dialogue and definitely will fulfill our demand $100 billion investment. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Eke Azad is the Bangladeshi company. He's the highest exporter in Bangladesh for the garments, ready-made garments, and he's a very renowned businessman in Bangladesh and be renowned industrialist. So now our panelist, Kieksang Chairman Yang Wan. Mr. Chairman, I have some question for you. Yang Wan has been doing business in Bangladesh since 1980, and he's invested more than $600 million in the country. How you do see Bangladesh's journey over the first decades with regards to private investment? What view position Bangladesh will top in FDI in coming years?
I will exercise my right to use 5 minutes to answer and add my comments.
I'll give you one minute more.
Yes. Well, since I started my business here, May of 2009, as a first FDI and first large-scale woman employer, I'm extremely, I must say, lucky to find this country and to enjoy working in the country. I have many Bangladesh friends here, many. You know, I have perhaps more friends in Bangladesh than in Korea. That is my situation here.
Thank you.
Now, Young One is to avoid any competition or to supply to the brands mostly. Our business is 90% over is man-made fiber. Our journey of man-made fiber is starting in 1988, and 1995 already we were supplying the market with nylon fabrics and polyester fabrics for the first time in the country, and with all kind of varieties of finishing. That was my endeavor here. And then we are also adding merino wool supply chain to the business here. At the request of my colleagues from Bangladesh to see my Vietnam factories, they asked me, Mr. Song, please make these also fabrics available to us to cut and make a high-end product export there. So I'm working on 200 square meter man-made fiber, production facility, 200,000 square meter. We need, however, gas. We have electricity, solar power is covering everything now. We need gas, which I think government is promising, but I need some implementation. This will become a main hub of man-made fiber product supply to the country, so that they can compete with the world, globally, with Vietnam and with China. Meantime, I suggest my colleagues here, mainly based on cotton economy, I want you to add polyester, nylon, and rayons to mix so-called cheap value cotton items, which is very valuable, so that you can use your own supply chain you have established so far. This is my recommendation immediately to implement and to work. And everybody should be specialized, not fighting against each other for the commodities. Commodity market in future will be very difficult. Cotton t-shirts business is threatened by Uzbekistan t-shirts, which is may be superior quality because of their Fergana cotton qualities. So we have to really be agile, as well as we have to make another effort to make our cotton-based commodity export economy into more diversified ones. So, as a company, we are extremely happy to say that by June, we will accomplish 40 megawatts rooftop solar power, which is unheard of. It will be world's biggest rooftop power plant, which is more or less sufficient to supply all our sewing economy there. And we are heading to add another 24 megawatts in a few years, and then Yangwon itself will have 100 megawatts, and we save a lot of money there. We save a lot of money there. So, come to the government is we need the support already existing projects. No gestation period is required. Not is more very, very effective. And then predictability and reliability of policy and its implementation is more or less guaranteed by Honorable Advisor here, Mr. Salman Rahman. Simplification and or elimination of procedures imposed by administration to compete with China, Vietnam, and Uzbekistan, and other regional suppliers that near the consumption market, which is very, very important. We need to really exercise speed to market, which we are behind. So, recommendation, my personal goal to see Bangladesh achieve middle-income country status in my lifetime, so that my fellow Koreans may say his lifetime endeavor to support Bangladesh is not wasted. This is my saying. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.
Dhonnobad.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Kyeoksang. He has a more friend in Bangladesh than Korea. So this is the message for everyone. He is our friend. He is our investor. And of course, the policymaker already heard your message, what need to do. And we have with us the panelist, Mr. Takeshi Maya, Regional CEO of Vini Asian Private Limited. And I have a question to you. The Marubeni has had a presence in Bangladesh since few decades, and the Japan is recently one of the biggest investor in Bangladesh development. What makes Bangladesh an attractive trade and investment partner for Japan and the world, and what can Bangladesh to capitalize the opportunities?
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm going to do it from here, save time. I think to answer the questions, I think the most attractiveness, of course, all the numbers and the figures and the macroeconomics numbers have been already presented by the honorable ministers and so on. So I'll skip that part, so I'll make it very qualitative. But of course, the most important thing as a private business is the political stability, security. These are two very basic issues, but very important as a most fundamental. It's like the first line item to tick off as an investor. Second one, I've been traveling to Bangladesh quite often recently, and I've been meeting a lot of Bangladesh private companies. And the impression I have from all the people that I talk is they have absolutely no doubt about the growth of this country and the economy. And that is just incredible. And from economical point of view, I think it's about prospect. if a private investor thinks that there's a bright future ahead of you, they'll be more aggressive in investing in factories, investing in people, investing in services, and so on. And that gives a great circulation of a good, economical trend. And I see that a lot from almost everybody I talk to in Bangladesh. And that's what excites me. And that's what everybody's thinking about, how to grow their companies and so on. And that's just fantastic, and it excites me very much to come here. Another point I should emphasize is the development in ICT. You've basically digitalized the society through voters registration system and digitalizing using face recognition and so on. I've had an opportunity to visit a company, and it's just incredible. And what's good about it is that when you create such a digital platform that cuts across the whole society, and then leave the private companies to come up with interesting solutions that will make your society more efficient, and so on. So you're creating something, and then a platform of digitalized platform to enable a private sector, whole chunks of private sector who comes out of school, tens of thousands of students who's majored in computer science is coming out of school in Bangladesh, and you give them an opportunity to create interesting solutions that's required. And fortunately, in Bangladesh, you do have a lot of challenges in the society which could be solved by digital technology. So as a great opportunity, and frankly speaking, I think Japan has a bit to learn, or a lot to learn, in the world of ICT, frankly. And I feel that's the level of advancements you have achieved. And this is probably owing to the so-called digital Bangladesh that started decades ago, which is now transforming into smart Bangladesh. Now, what should Bangladesh do going forward? From my perspective as a private businessman, I think this kind of a forum is a great forum to let people know about Bangladesh and how Bangladesh has done so great so far. I think this kind of messaging outside the world of Bangladesh needs to be increased more, and probably that would be the role of government as well, as together with the private sector, so that people's attentions come to Bangladesh more and more. If the Bangladesh is looking for foreign investment coming into Bangladesh with technologies, with products or services or business model, I think the issue is let people have more attention towards Bangladesh, and that's really the important thing, because if people does not know about it, people are not aware about it, they just don't come here. And that's one thing. And second thing is, usually for a lot of people who wants to invest, they would first want to try to kind of tap the market, test the water. And to do so, people do bring in and start, let's say, importing products to see if it fits with the market, if it meets with the demand of the local market, and so on. So as a matter of process, they start off as importing things first. And then when the import starts to grow, let's say, it's obvious that let's capitalize on the competitive labor market here and produce here. So as a matter of process of attracting FDI, I think the the custom regulations, taxations at the border, these would have to be kind of planned in such way that you would have people start to come in, visiting people, trying to create business, partnership with local companies here in Bangladesh, and start doing the business. So once you start the business, I think it will get on track.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Mamaya. And your suggestion, and our policymaker, and also we'll send a recommendation to the policymaker to changes. And Actually, I like to hear little bit changes. Our guest of honor, Anne Mary Trevelyan, MP State Minister to the Indo-Pacific UK. She has another appointment with our Foreign Minister. So I like to invite her to say a few words for us for Bangladesh Business Summit 2023. Please, floor for you.
Honourable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, friends, I'm delighted to join you here at this fantastic event showcasing the best of Bangladesh and its flourishing business sector. The UK and Bangladesh have a deep and historic friendship. The United Kingdom and its British Bangladeshi community played an important role in Bangladesh's story of liberation and independence. And we have built many valuable partnerships over the past 52 years, decades through which Bangladesh has delivered many remarkable achievements, including becoming one of the world's fastest growing economies. I am glad that the UK and our British businesses have played an important role in this, and it's clear that many UK and international businesses are interested in expanding in Bangladesh. We are proud of the role businesses such as HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank and Unilever have played in Bangladesh's positive economic story. And I am pleased that Airbus will host an aerospace summit with the Bangladesh government this month. This has my strong support. I am also keen to see even more investment by leading UK businesses in sectors like higher education and financial services. The UK government is committed to supporting and promoting ever closer trade and investment links that strengthen and grow both our economies. This is underpinned by our new Developing Countries Trading Scheme, which will improve Bangladesh's access to the UK markets, extending tariff cuts and introducing simpler rules of origin for companies exporting to the UK. Bangladesh is already a key part of the supply chain for some top UK firms, including Marks & Spencer and Next and Associated British Foods-owned Primark. The new scheme will bring opportunities for UK buyers and Bangladeshi suppliers across an increasing range of products. This work to boost trade is enhanced by finance provided or underwritten by British International Investment, Garantco and UK Export Finance to support private sector growth. We are also keen to help Bangladesh take full advantage of global business through an enhanced, enabling environment, one in which foreign businesses find it easy to do business as their domestic competitors. Many UK and international businesses see the growth and scale of this market, and they want to expand here. But at the same time, we hear concerns from businesses that new laws and regulations will make it more difficult for them to do business here. So this is where our trade and investment dialogues are really important. And I was pleased to hear about the progress made in Dakar last month, with discussions covering the full breadth of opportunities and challenges. So if I may, to conclude, the UK will continue to be a steadfast partner and a friend to Bangladesh, working closely with you all to ensure that it is as welcoming as it can possibly be for British investors, and of course to promote the many fantastic opportunities on offer. Working together, I know that our relationship will continue to flourish for many, many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Excellency, for your beautiful words. Thank you very much joining with us. I'd like to invite our panelist, Mr. Jong Won Kim, Director General Kotra, and I have a small question for you, Mr. John. Recently, we are seeing the active Korean interest in Bangladesh with the regard to FDI. Public infrastructure and the technology, how can Bangladesh can tap into global value chain opportunity offered by Korean giants such as Samsung through greater FDI and trade and relationship.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for your question. You mentioned Samsung and other Korean companies. They are now in Vietnam. More than 7,000 Korean companies are responsible for 35% of Vietnam's total national export. It is more than 100 billions. This is 3 times of Bangladesh total national export. So big, right? Only Korean companies in Vietnam, they are in charge of 3 times of Bangladesh total national export. If they had started their business here in Bangladesh, how good it would be. But there is a Youngwon chairman of Youngwon, Mr. Kyang Sung is there. Chairman, he is also very respectable businessman in Korea. He is also renowned here in Bangladesh, I came to know. He started his business from the beginning in Bangladesh, maybe 30 years ago, 40 years ago, okay? Thank you very much, Chairman Kyak Sung. Please give him a big applause. Don't worry. I think you can make it. You can bring more Korean companies into Bangladesh. I worked in Bangladesh from 2017 to 2021 for 3.5 years here in Bangladesh. I worked here. And after came back to Korea, I wrote one book about Bangladesh, okay? This is the book I wrote. The title is Post-China, Bangladesh is Rising. I wrote this book last year. The subtitle is, if you miss Korean companies, you missed Vietnam, your next destination will be Bangladesh, you know. This is my subtitle. During my tenure, Samsung and LG electronic factories they started assembly here in Bangladesh. And another world famous automobile brand, Hyundai, you know, Hyundai, they started to assemble Hyundai passenger car early from this year, okay? The owner of Hyundai passenger car factory and Samsung Electronics, chairman of Fegro, Mr. Mabu is here. Thank you very much, Mr. Mabu. Please give him another applause. He invested, okay, Samsung and Hyundai. I believe that Bangladesh can be another global factory in this transit period of global value chain. Transit means the factories are moving from China and Vietnam into other Asian countries. 3 days ago, my colleague, the director of Chennai Korea Trade Office, he reported like this, okay? Oh, these days, many Korean companies, they are sending inquiries. Even companies, their turnover is more than billion. They are asking the business condition in India. You know, the Apple, they relocated their factory from China to India, okay? This is the transit period of global value chain. Why India? Why not India? This is my question. Bangladesh has potential, huge potential to bring more FDI to become a global factory. The reason is, the first, many panelists mentioned, the labor cost. Once the labor cost is going up, it cannot going back, And economic growth and, working population, everything is perfect. But secondly, I want to point out another important factor. In overseas market, even in Korean market, we can find made in Bangladesh product easily. Even very simple, easy item, ready-made garment in world market, it can be seen than any other Asian country's product. This is very important. Why this is important? Bangladesh already set up their existing exporting systems, international banking system, logistics, and international communication skills. They speak English, better than Koreans. They speak English. And export processing zone, economic zone, you are ready to be a global factories. This is very important, Yes, you need technology. But technology and machine, it's very easy to move. You can take it overnight. But the system takes a long time. This is your advantage. Yes, the goal is very clear for Bangladesh to become a global factory. Then what to do? Bangladesh should improve the investment environment, and listen to the existing investors. And you have to try to relieve their difficulties. In other words, keep the house rabbit safely, and then you can catch the wild rabbit. I suggest you, please support Samsung and LG and Hyundai factories, The government, they support these Korean existing companies, Samsung, Hyundai, LG, they will mix their own direct investments very soon.
Your time is over.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, you can be.
Governor Central Bank is here. I like to request you to come and sit in front. আমাদের কারা আছে একটু গভর্নর সাহেবকে আপনারা একটু নিয়ে আসেন পিছনে please continue and finish your thank you very much. You finish?
Thank you. Okay, Bangladesh, good luck. You can be a global factory in the future.
Thank you very much. Hey, Governor সাহেবকে নিয়ে আসেন না কেন? Thank you very much. Now I like to invite Miss Rosie Glasbrook, CEO of CWE IC UK. Your time is 5 minutes, and I have some question for you. You want to say from here, or you want to go there? Yeah, okay. So the question is, Bangladesh is one of the fastest growing economy in the world. How can a post LDC Bangladesh effectively enter in the mainstream market of the measure of highly potential trade partners of the Commonwealth, such as UK, Canada, and Australia?
Thank you very much, and Honourable Secretary, Honourable Advisor, President of the FBCCI, and all distinguished guests. The Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council has a mandate from 56 countries across the Commonwealth to support and promote trade and investment. We're a business-to-business and business-to-government organisation, and we showcase Commonwealth opportunities with global audiences, and this is done through major events such as the Commonwealth Business Forum and Trade and Investment Summit, and working with our 125 strategic partners, which include the governments of Bangladesh, BIDA and FBCCI, as well as 12 network hubs across the globe, and we support their business, trade and investment objectives. I'm going to speak briefly about how the Commonwealth is a place to do business and share its objectives with Bangladesh as it moves ahead to Vision 2041, and I will stick to my 5 minutes. I think firstly, just to mention about why the Commonwealth, there's been never a more pressing time to utilise this asset and of the Commonwealth as the world continues to experience significant geopolitical shifts and uncertainties. And now's the time to catalyse on opportunities that the Commonwealth presents. It's been 50 years since Bangladesh joined the Commonwealth, its 35th member, and it's now a thriving community with 56 nations, with 2 joining as recently as 2022, Gabon and Togo. The Commonwealth has a GDP of $13 trillion, a population of 2.5 billion citizens, and it outranks the buying power of the European Union, United States and China. So, far from a as far as the opportunities are concerned, it's a huge market to access. Far from a dwindling workforce, the Commonwealth's economic credentials are set for continued growth, and the long-term vision of the Commonwealth is to grow intra-Commonwealth trade to $2 trillion. Underpinning all of this is the Commonwealth advantage, and through our shared history, familiar legal and administration systems and language, as has been mentioned earlier, it's on average 21% cheaper to do business with other Commonwealth nations. Our job as the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council is to bring the economic opportunity of the Commonwealth to Bangladesh's doorstep. So, just swiftly moving on, trade and investment play a fundamental role in prosperity and growth, clearly in lifting people out of poverty, and we commend the government of Bangladesh for putting trade and investment front and centre of Vision 2041. So, what are the key challenges facing Commonwealth trade going forward? At the Commonwealth Trade and Investment Summit in December, 2 overriding challenges became clear. The first was accessing financing for infrastructure projects across developing nations, and we are at a key turning point as we look ahead to the SDGs. It's estimated the aggregated funding gap is $95 trillion, larger than worldwide GDP, and the right financing will be critical to tackling global issues and climate crisis. The second is a call for clearer regulations and standards and focusing on quality infrastructure, and this supporting greater ease of business. So how can the Commonwealth help? I've talked already about the Commonwealth advantage, and it's looking at partnerships between governments, businesses, and they will be critical to the success as we move forward. Finally, I would just like to touch on the value of in-person engagement, as we're so many here today in person. Many people ask, why the Commonwealth? And in Rwanda last year, at the Commonwealth Business Forum, in the margins of the Heads of Government meeting, we convened with 1,700 people from over 50 countries to do business, to meet and talk about enterprise and investment. We've seen FBCCI's commitment to the Commonwealth in recent months, and we're honoured to welcome a delegation of business leaders and the Honourable Advisor, Mr. Salman Rahman, to our Commonwealth Trade and Investment Summit in December. And we're also here with a delegation of Commonwealth businesses who want to work with Bangladesh and meet government and businesses, and we're delighted to have them with us. So just to wrap up, is really several factors to help Bangladesh and where we could see ourselves supporting activities. I think it's using this trusted multilateral network such as the Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council, and being able to access markets from Australia to Canada, UK, Nigeria, across Africa and Southeast Asia, and ensuring that we look at all the sectors that are relevant to countries such as Bangladesh. The second is developing these clearer regulations and standards to help foster the ease of business and the quality infrastructure work. And finally is the Commonwealth advantage. the common legal administrative systems language, making it 21% cheaper to work with Commonwealth partners. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much for your support. So now we want to hear from our policy makers. The guest of honor, Mr. Shahriar Alam, State Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Bangladesh. He also our private sector, from private sector. He was a businessman. Now he is a politician, but he is our side. So, sir, you already heard our the panelists and their expectation. So, before that, I think we have a question and answer. So, I think we should go for that. So, we have a question and answer for 20 minutes and 10 minutes. Now is 10 minutes because we are running late. So please, if someone wants to any question, please. No comments, only question. Hey, ये कोई नहीं देना खाने. I think hey আমাদের লোক কোথায়? ये कोई মাইক দিচ্ছে না কেন? এটা মাইক দে এখান থেকে নিয়ে দে তো কেমন কথা সেন্টার ফর এক্সিলেন্স আপনি তো আমাদের তো ফরেনারে দেওয়া দরকার দেন না তাড়াতাড়ি করো
My name is Majid Rahman. I'm basically an ex-banker and now working for the private industry. Honorable advisor, honorable ministers, and also the panelists. I have
so if you have a specific question, please.
That's what I'm coming to.
Yeah, please.
Energy prices. Our goal to achieving the objectives may be impacted because of the energy prices. Can we think of some kind of solution, innovative, like blended finance, to meet the current crisis that we are facing in terms of the energy crisis? Thank you so much.
That's a big challenge which we are facing at the moment, but I don't think blended finance is a solution. Blended finance will give you a solution of how to get access to energy, but the prices which have gone up internationally, blended finance isn't going to bring down those prices. So what the government is actually looking at is various measures we are looking at on how to reduce the prices. We are negotiating for long-term gas contracts with Qatar and with other countries. We've also spoken to Saudi Arabia. And the other thing which we are doing is we have had a very, very large discovery of our own gas in Bhola. And so we are now looking at how to transform, as you know, Bhola is an island. So transforming the gas from Bhola to the mainland is also challenging, but feasibility studies are taking place. Whether a gas pipeline can be constructed from Bhola to the mainland. If not, then the other solution would be to generate electricity on the island itself and transmit the electricity to the mainland. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sir, good afternoon. My name is Rashidur Rahman. I'm from the University of Dhaka. I run an entrepreneurship center there. So, sir, Salman, sir, I wanted to thank you and appreciate yesterday and today also that you have highlighted the government, university, and industries collaboration. So, my specific question to you is, what is your expectation from the universities, especially to make an effective trade and investment environment for Bangladesh? Thank you.
Our expectation from the universities are basically that they should cooperate with the industry, understand what the industry's needs are, and then have their curriculum altered to meet the industry's needs. And that is happening. There is a lot of cooperation now taking place between the universities and the industry. And I think going forward, you should form joint committees between the universities and the industries, and also involve the Ministry of Education, the Universities Grants Commission, so that a proper need assessment is done, and training and graduates who come out are, you have to understand, especially in, keeping the fourth industrial revolution in mind with the challenges that will be faced there. So I think BUET is also doing some work over there, and Dhaka University also, and also the private universities. Thank you.
So thank you very much. We want to finish here to our question and answer. And now I like to invite our guest of honor, Mr. Shahriar Alam MP, State Minister, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Your time is 6 minutes, sir.
Thank you for being so generous. I got 1 extra minute, but I think I'll pass it on to the Honorable Chief Guest. Respected Chief Guest, Tipu Munshi MP, Honorable Minister for Commerce, respected advisor to Honorable Prime Minister on Private Sector, Salman F. Rahman MP, fellow panelists, distinguished guests, businesses from Bangladesh, home and abroad, Excellencies, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. I'd like to thank and congratulate the keynote speaker, the veteran of this event, Salman F. Rahman, Honorable Advisor on Private Industry and Investment to Honorable Prime Minister. I think I don't need to tell you, and it's going to be repetitive and it's going to be boring. I think an interactive and question and answer session was important, and we will encourage our foreign guests to ask more questions in next session and so on. Two things, and the 2 or 3 things that I would like to mention. One, whoever came to Bangladesh up until recently, you have been told, you have gathered about all these mega projects, Podda Setu, Metro Rail, Matarbari, Tunnel, Rail Bridge over Jamuna, Third Terminal. What Mr. Salman F. Rahman went on to tell all of you was that the growth that we have achieved between 2008 till today, in absence of all these mega projects. Now, if you keep adding the possible GDP contribution of this mega project one by one, you can very easily draw a very steep curve, growth trajectory in next 10 years. And that will take Bangladesh to a higher income country by 2041. And what we are essentially telling you today, come and join us and partner with us and make money for your own business in the process. And that's the bottom line. We have fantastic ambassador. Mr. Kyaksang is one of the, or if not the most, with all due respect to all the foreign investors, is one of the most respectable foreign investors in Bangladesh, who has actually taught us how to stitch a government. He himself has trained thousands of Bangladeshi who went on to become entrepreneur and exporting over $100 million from each of their own investment. Now, had the business wasn't profitable or business environment wasn't conducive enough, people like Kyaksang had always had an option to go to all the other countries. Now, I need to be very careful because I represent a particular ministry where I shouldn't be naming countries and, I'm supposed to be friend with everyone, and which we are. Bangladesh is one of the country who loves to engage, and we believe in open book. We are one of the most accessible country, and that's why we have one of the most accessible industries. Bangladesh has ratified the highest number of ILO convention compared to any other countries in the Southeast Asia. That goes on to tell you how responsive and responsible the government of Bangladesh is. We went on to ratify the highest number of human rights related instruments. Again, compared to any other countries in South Asia, we have ratified highest number of instruments. We talk about green factories, the number one in Bangladesh, the top 67 out of 100 is in Bangladesh. I think it will not be wrong if I go and claim that the clothes made in Bangladesh is the cleanest most in the world. We have learned that. It never came free. Yes, we have had terrible incidences, but we have learned our lesson from those past mistakes and we have rectified ourselves. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's government believes in engagement, believes in private and public sector's representation, and believes in open dialogue. And that is how we are going to make friends across the globe, whether that be global north or global south, east or west. I will go on and claim that Bangladesh is the best. Thank you very much. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangabandhu. May Bangladesh live forever.
Thank you very much, State Minister, thank you very much. And our last speaker, the guest, chief guest, Mr. Tipu Munshi MP, Honorable Commerce Minister. Please, sir, you can give us your speech.
Thank you. Don't worry, I'll take only 5 minutes. President of BCCI, Mr. Jasimuddin, our Honorable Advisor, Mr. Salman Rahman, Honorable State Minister, Shahriar Alum, other distinguished guests, media and press, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum and good morning to you all. Let me start by thanking BCCI for taking the opportunity to host this important event. I am glad to be here at this important session named Bangladesh 100 billion investment opportunities in key sectors for investment to leverage. I am very happy that the keynote speaker, Mr. Salman Rahman, has comprehensively presented the topic while the learned panelists expressed their ideas, recommendations from their expertise and work experience. All the expert people, experienced people already spoke in this meeting. I would like to appreciate the interactive discussion among the distinguished participants for offering intellectual deliberations, which have made this seminar very lively and efficacious. The moderator has comprehensively summarized the discussions. I extend my heartiest gratitude to all of their great job they did. My ministry is always ready to facilitate and create business-friendly environment through a positive and proactive policy approach. FBCCI, as an apex state body, also is an important partner of this effort. I really appreciate FBCCI leadership for arranging Bangladesh Business Summit 2023. Bangladesh key sector are RMG, we all know. The two gentlemen, the experts are here, Mr. Azad and Mr. Kyang-sak, the Korean investor here. They are the biggest exporter of RMG. And we have leather, jute products, light engineering, agro products, plastic products, and freelancing in service sectors. Bangladesh is currently providing various fiscal and non-fiscal incentives, like tax holidays, reducing import taxes on capital machineries and raw materials, reduced VAT, provision of export subsidies, and various other banking facilities and privileges. Companies located in economic zone, export processing zones are entitled for different sets of incentive package of tax exemptions. Ministry of Commerce, my ministry, is also working for the establishment of an authority for halal certifications. After LDC graduation, pharmaceutical sector needs more specialization in implementing active pharmaceutical ingredients API guideline in 2018. Government of Bangladesh has been implementing lots of projects to facilitate trade and investment in Bangladesh. Ministry of Commerce is also engaged actively in Geneva as a WTO member. We are playing a vital role in ensuring our market access and removing the market barriers facing by our exporters. Our priority is to open up the untapped market like Eurasian Economic Commission market, Mercosur market, African continent market, all these markets we are trying. Various countries like China, Japan, Korea, India, they have already established a special economic zones. And I call upon other investors to come forward to invest in our economic zone. We have almost 100 economic zones already in Bangladesh. Distinguished participants, Honorable Prime Minister is always keeping eyes upon the evolution and implementation of different policies related to trade and investment. Investors are well protected in Bangladesh, and we have numbers of agreements to avoid double taxation. Our central bank, Bangladesh Bank, is always vigilant in formulating more flexible and conducive and prudent policy interventions. You know, our governor of Bangladesh Bank is also here. He is also listening. National Board of Revenue is established with National Single Window, and Bangladesh Investment Development Authority has already established one-stop service. Ministry of Commerce has established digital linkage of the register of joint stock companies and farms, and office of the Chief Controller of Import and Export with the OSS. We have already ensured discipline in e-commerce by introducing digital business identification scheme to prevent different sort of irregularities and fraudulence in the e-commerce business. Dear audience, dear investors, from the discussion and deliberations taking place so far, it is evident that there is a potential to trade off in investment in Bangladesh more than $100 billion by the valued investors. So, dear investors, don't miss the train. With all these few words, I would like to conclude and once again like to extend my sincere thanks to BCCI for organizing such effective and participatory event. So we are going to achieve this $100 billion investment. Thank you very much. Joy Bangla. Joy Bangla.
Next minute. So thank you very much to everyone. I like to mention here the investors from our foreign company. They have a Chamber of Commerce and Industry, FICI, and the FBCCI is working very closely with them. And all the foreign investors who invest in Bangladesh, everyone is profitable. They are doing very good, and FBCCI is behind with them, and we are working very closely with them. And for today's discussion, we already submit the recommendation to our policy maker, and I like to thanks to our sponsor who is sponsoring this event. The platinum sponsor is a Baximco Group and the HSBC and the Bangladesh Association of Banks. So thank you very much, and ladies and gentlemen, we are ending this program here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Moderator, Mr. Mohammad Jashimuddin, President of BCCI. We're going to give some mementos. Please stay back. Please stay back on the stage. Please stay back.